Hi, my name is Kelly McGowan, and I just saw a Facebook post that really inspired me to do a talk for you, for all of us. So the post that I saw was on Facebook, and it was this guy, Eric Dane, that you can see right here. And he is wearing a shirt that says, I am ALS. And he was a person that was diagnosed with ALS, famous newscaster or something like that. And he died very rapidly and aggressively from ALS. And why am I inspired to talk to you about that? Well, if you're going to say that I am ALS, that's just a whole bunch of information, and that's a definite declaration. And your words are so powerful, and information creates the invisible, creates the visible. And so when I was diagnosed, I can remember the day exactly when I did not agree with the illness information. And I had all the symptoms of all kinds of stuff with FTD and ALS. And there was no reason for me to, I was sure. And the UCSF and the people that were doing the research on me, Kaiser and the second opinions that I went to down in Daly City, they all were very sure. And so I remember the day when it was really getting bad. I mean, just so bad, just on the floor and just a bag of fasciculations and tremors. And I could really feel this like infinite space above me. And I thought, I absolutely do not agree with this. I know I plucked it down, and I just said, I don't agree. I don't agree. And things started changing. And when I first got diagnosed, the first reactive mode that I had was, this is my perfect path, or I wouldn't be on it. That was part of my training for many, many years of acceptance. And yes, there is a certain degree of acceptance, but also this knowing that things come and go, but honestly, the real practice and the real training in Jin and Qigong is to stay so stable. And to really learn about Jin and Qigong is to know about the Qi field, the Huanyan Qi field, which is this infinite Qi field. And you can pluck out whatever possibility you want and rehearse that, and you're going to get that. And that means for, things that are going on in the world politically, if I'm sure that there's problems, I'm reinforcing problems. But if I'm sure that it's already good and it's already healed and that it's good now, then I'm creating from this universal Qi field and this energy Qi field, and we're merging and creating a Qi field. And so when this guy says on his shirt, I am ALS, and he dies rapidly, it's more evidence to me that what I had happen for me is absolute science, in that I disagreed. And it wasn't from fighting disease and fighting illness. It was from transforming it from this already good and energetically inside that I don't agree with that. And so it's not rebellious, it's a revolution. It's a real change. Many people will start saying, I'm going to fight this, or you need to fight this, and that's just hard. And Qi is not hard, and potential is not hard. Everything from our true self is soft. Everything from, benevolent energy and Huanyan energy, which is the entire original energy Qi field, is soft and it's the all-knowing. And so when there was more evidence that I got, just like this guy, that he says I am ALS, and he dies within a year of his diagnosis, some famous guy, that when I was probably around 2018, 2019, Patricia asked me to headline the ALS conference or be one of the main speakers or something. And I think it was in Chicago. And I was planning on going, and that was one part of my character that I still had, which was that somebody wanted me to represent something and just to talk about it, and that I could help people. but I got this strong knock from this major information, like a download, like, do not do this, even though it felt like I could at least do something good after, when I was just so destructive. And it was like just still hanging on to this one piece of my personality that could help someone before I die. But this higher thing kept telling me, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't go see all that. Don't go look at all that. Don't put that information in your field. And I had already been really changing my reactive mode and my reference framework to symptoms. And if I had a fasciculation, I was just bringing love to it and just telling it its energy moving, like really transforming the stories and the information. And our teachers just tell us over and over again, don't agree with illness information. Just agree that everything is good and keep pressing enter and be sure, like everything, the outcome for the world with the Epstein files, the outcome for politics, it's all good. The outcome for humanity, it's all good. Like really design this from this vast universe and stay with that, and things will come and go. Like leaves will come, leaves will go, waters will rise and fall like the tides. Just let nature state. Things come and go, but stay so stable and so sure in this knowing that everything is good and the outcome is sure. And just let life be life, and then sit back and get involved with a good teacher and Shunen Qigong, someone that that will give you the content and the roots of how to heal and keep you, really in this entirety. There's a lot of really great teachers, super high level, that can, get to the roots and the subconscious layers and the reactive modes and the reference frameworks and all the causes of disease. And one of the biggest causes is, this fear and this lack consciousness and this tension and this worry. And so even as an organizer for some people to come in that ask me about it, I can get tangled up in kind of worrying about them or thinking that they have problems. And I have to keep always going higher and seeing they're already good, they're already good, they're already good. No matter what they're doing or how much they want to enforce their illness information, they just stuck in these patterns of, owning these diseases. And instead of even getting tangled up in any of that, I just keep saying that you're already good, they're already good. And they'll catch up when they catch up. So it's always a practice, deeper and deeper for all of us. And this story about Patricia, when she had asked me to do this conference and I got this strong message, do not do that. And I hated letting her down, and I hated letting this piece of me that still could shine not get airtime, but I had to really listen. And then when Freddie had told me that Dr. Rao, the head of the research department in ALS, had died that week of a very, very rapid onset of, he was the head of the ALS research department at UCSF. It was that week that he died. When I was telling her I just couldn't do it because I was so concerned about all the information. And then she said he died. And not only that, his number one dude, the guy that worked side by side with him, I don't know if he was an associate or another, top researcher for sure, he also died of ALS, rapid onset. And so I'm very, very, very clear that I have scientific evidence in my own life and from my own practice that if you are sure and you are in the potential Huan Yan Qi, which is the original entirety Qi field, this huge Qi field that everything's already good, and then you start really training and that the entire healing is absolutely, it's already done. And it then becomes just a divine crumb trail to unravel more and more and more. And so as the teachings deepen, it really goes into the past, present, and future. So, for example, today we're really looking at the idea of working with the infinite Qi field and soft Qi. And, as a single mom who was violently, my collarbone was broken, and I went through a divorce when my daughter was 18 months old, and I was trying to become a hairdresser at the same time. And I was pushing through so much at that time, just trying to regroup and start this this life that I wasn't expecting to have, and with zero budget, and just went from real wealthy to zero budget and had a whole new trajectory. The tension, just trying to work with this broken collarbone, doing hair, studying hair, and taking care of this child, and all of that. I could see that I've had a lot of tension in my hands and my wrists. So it's just continuous, like during the practice, I was noticing when we're talking about being soft, like it's all your thoughts are soft. All your thoughts about the past are soft. All your thoughts about the present are soft. Your thoughts about the future are soft. I went to PT yesterday, and the guy even said, how are you holding your weights? Because I'm having more pain in here. And he said, if you're gripping onto them, you're going to cause this to be locked up. So it's about being softer and softer and softer. So softer with our mind, softer with the past, softer with the present, softer with the future, and really merging with this benevolence, with this true self background, and let all that come back home. And the past gets undone in the present and the future. Today the practice came up about me pushing through from when I was younger and trying to, hold color bottles and stuff like that in school when I had this broken collarbone and still hanging onto my weights. Like this memory, this ancient memory that everything was so hard. And it's more and more unraveling in daily practice, that it goes right down to all the patterns. And that takes daily practice and a group and people that come together and support each other, and to really get this. It's not a one and done, and it's not just a one-time like meditation. It's an entirety program, and it's an entirety practice. And but the possibilities are endless, and I'm certain when I go back to the doctor next year or the year after, I already know he told me that it could change the diagnosis. And I already know that it's already good, and I don't really care. I don't need to hear that from him. But when I'm ready to go, into the field and really bring this to people, I'm going to have that paper just so that people can be more confident. I've also really don't care, because I know I'm good now, and I know I'm good now, and I know I'm good now, and this moment is perfect. Like I don't need to be in the future. But if I'm in this moment with any level of dissatisfaction, that's not the energy of the chi field. The chi field is not, you can't be saying something's wrong and have the chi field come to you. You can't have this level of dissatisfaction and have the chi field come to you. It's the chi field's attributes are amazing. Like they're just unconditional serene, unconditional calm, unconditional trust, unconditional allowing, and playfully recreating and designing and fixing. So if I'm going to hang on to, I am ALS, like this guy says, he's really fixing that. He's really fixing that in his life, to people, places, and things all around him, but to his whole body and his whole soul, like, all the different layers of who and what we are before we come here and after. Like, it's all information. So the best news I could say is, you can start changing right now, and just tell yourself there's a word called Haola in Zhen and Qigong, and it means that it's already good now. It's already good now. And you could repeat that 1,000,000 times a day and start to really repeat all of the healthy information rather than the problem vortex to people, places, and things, past, present, and future, your body, your mind, your spirit, and really have fun and get more energy, and really watch everything reorganize itself, and may you be so surprised. So no expectation, but really, knowing that it's already good. So why would you keep score? Why would you check? Like, it's already good, and just keep playing with that. All right, much love. Mahalo.